You know, when I was learning to speak in English, there was this problem that used to bother me a lot. I was able to understand everything in English. I could understand every single word a person would say to me. But when it came to speaking in English, God knows what used to happen to me. I was unable to speak in English at all, and it would fill me with a lot of frustration because here I am, understanding every single word that somebody would say to me. I could understand English completely, but when it came to speaking in English, the other side of the language, I was unable to. So there was this frustrating gap between these two poles. I'm getting every word, but I'm unable to speak a word. And that is something that I want to address in this video. I want you to change your attitude towards this issue. I do not want you to address it as a problem and be stuck with it for the rest of your life. Okay, here's a suggestion session, and tell me if it works for you. On a scale of 0 to 10, at 0, no speaking at all, unable to speak a word in English. At 10, you're fluent. Okay? Now, if I ask you right now, where do you stand on the scale? I'm pretty sure you would mark yourself, most of you would mark yourself, somewhere between 3 and 5. So either you would be standing at 3 or 4 or 5, somewhere here, right? Talking about any other language. Let's talk about Russian or German or French. Do you understand any of these languages? For most of us, no, we do not. I don't. We don't understand these languages. So for English, we already have a great head start. At least we understand the language. You get it? So we already have a great head start with English because we already understand the language. So we're not starting from 0, really. We do understand the language. We have certain knowledge of a few things about English, so it is easier. Simple. It's much easier than the rest of the languages. You want to understand this, I'm telling you. You need to hear this from me, that this is not your mother tongue. This is not your mother tongue. I mean, how are you supposed to be as fluent in English as you are in your mother tongue? You could never be, I believe never be, because the mother tongue is something that we are blessed with. We are naturally good at it. We are naturally heroes at it. But for any other language, you need to put in some work. And that is what we are trying to do here. So, if you are standing somewhere on the scale of 0 to 10, and let's say you're standing at a 3 right now, for example, you're standing at a 3 right now, you cannot be a 10 right away. It doesn't work that way. It cannot work that way for any human. In order to be a 10, you will have to gradually move your steps from 3, become a 4, then from 4 a 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, and that is how it is going to work for you. So if you already do understand the language, the next part is training yourself on speaking, because speaking is a separate activity altogether, and you need to put in fresh effort and train yourself from the start in order to do this properly. Okay? And then there are 2 things that are missing here that you need to start working on. First is proactive practice. Now, the good thing is that you already understand it, so it's not going to be that difficult for you. All you need to do is start proactively practicing to speak in English. And to start with, had I been in your place, and I have been in your place in the past, so what I would do is that I would allot a certain time period of my day to proactively practice speaking in English. I'll say 15 minutes a day is a good start for you. 15 minutes a day. Let's start with that, and do it for the next 30 days. Proactively practicing, learning to speak in English for 15 minutes in a day. And I have a great app for you if you want to do that. This is my recommendation. This is my suggestion. You can start doing it on this app called Inara. Inara is a very useful English-speaking practice app. I've known about it for quite some time, and reiterating because I've already spoken about this application in a few of my previous videos. All you've got to do is when you download the app and you make a call, you get connected to English experts. Now, the best part about these experts is that they do not judge you at all. They don't judge you. They are friendly, and they will actually guide you with honest feedback. You can let them know if you do not want them to correct you over your mistakes. That's also an option, absolutely. Now, the good part is that whenever you make a call, you get connected to these English experts, and this helps you create a real-world English-speaking environment for yourself, which I feel is one of the best ways to learn and master this language. A real-world experience for you. Let me show you a demo. I'm going to switch to Inara. I'm going to make my call. It always makes me very nervous. God knows why. So, hi Parthy. Welcome to the session. Yeah, can you hear me? I can. Thank you very much. What's your name? Yeah, let me introduce myself. My name is G, and I am calling from Jammu and Kashmir. Wow, that's pleasant to know. Really happy to be speaking with you. Welcome. That's lovely. And may I know, first of all, where are you from? I am speaking from New Delhi right now. New Delhi? Okay. And what do you do? Are you a student or a working professional? I'm a working professional, and I am a chartered accountant. Oh, okay. All right. That's a very good thing. And are you working in some sort of law? Sorry, I'm saying law. So are you working in some sort of firm, or are you working independently? I'm working independently right now. Career is going good. I'm enjoying myself. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? What's up with you? So I'm leaving the link to download the application in the description of this video. Go and download and start using it, okay? Now coming to point number 2. The second most important thing that you could be doing to improve your speaking abilities in English is showing courage. Where did that go? What happened to courage, guys? Come on. For any new thing to be learned, there is definitely a requirement of showing certain courage and bravery. I know you're hesitant. I know you're scared of the language. You're scared people would make fun of you. They're going to mock you. Oh my God, you'll become a joke. No, nobody cares about you as much as you do, first of all. Secondly, there is no better way to learn anything than to actively do it yourself. So, you have to show courage. You have to be brave. You don't have to always wait for situations to be created around you for somebody to come up to you and speak to you in the language. You could actively do it for yourself. Make such situations where you are required to speak the language, okay? So first of all, do not wait for situations to happen or for situations to come up, and only then you're going to speak the language. Create it yourself. Go and talk to somebody. What's the big deal? If you work someplace, just go up to someone you feel you're comfortable talking to. Just go up to that person. Go and start talking to them in English. I mean, if you're not comfortable talking in a group right now, go up to a single person. somebody who's standing alone, and just go and talk about what's going on in the office. Anything. Do not gossip. Some nice things, okay? A lot of times, what happens is that we want to be good at something, but when the situation arises, when circumstances are built, we run away. We just vanish. We are unable to gather ourselves together and do something wonderful or speak the language. Now, if somebody is coming up to you and talking to you instead of running away, escaping, do not be in escape mode. Never be in escape mode. If you want to learn something new, show up. Show up for yourself. Somebody is coming up to you and talking to you. Do not run away. Talk to that person back. Talk to him or her. Do as much as you can. Nobody's asking you to be fluent. Manage with whatever you've got. Play with whatever you've got, okay? And you will gradually realize, I'm telling you, trust me on this. You're going to gradually realize that it wasn't such a big deal. Once once you start getting your command over the language, you would realize that it's not a big deal. You are making a ha out of it. It's not a ha, okay? It's not a big deal. Starting is always difficult. It's always difficult. Think of the last relationship you started. Was it easy? It's never too easy. It's always difficult in the beginning. And this is just a new relationship that is going to flourish between you and the language. It's going to be difficult in the beginning. Look at it this way, okay? It's a new relationship you're trying to establish with the language. It's something that is going to benefit you a lot in your life, in your career. So, you've got to be a little brave. You've got to be a warrior. I mean, probably a big word to use in this scenario, but yeah. Further steps to master English speaking. Now that we've talked about understanding where you are on the scale and proactively practicing, let me give you some additional steps and strategies to make this process even more effective and enjoyable. Remember, learning a language is as much about persistence as it is about technique. Let's break it down further. 1. Surround yourself with English. One of the best ways to improve is through immersion. You don't have to travel to an English-speaking country to do this. Here's how you can immerse yourself in English from your own home. Consume content daily. Watch movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos in English. Pay attention to how native speakers pronounce words and form sentences. You can even mimic their tone, pauses, and rhythm. Shows like Friends or The Office are great for everyday conversational English. Read aloud. Pick up an article, a book, or even subtitles from a movie. Reading aloud helps with pronunciation and building confidence. It also familiarizes you with sentence structures and word usage. Set your environment in English. Change the language of your phone, laptop, or apps to English. This creates a constant environment where English becomes second nature. 2. Develop thinking in English. This might sound odd, but the way you think influences how you speak. Often, people first think in their native language, translate it into English, and then speak. This slows down the process and causes hesitation. Here's how to start thinking in English. Narrate your day. While doing simple tasks like cooking or commuting, describe what you're doing in English. For example, I'm cutting vegetables now. I need to add salt. Where's the knife? Internal dialogues. Have imaginary conversations with yourself. Pretend you're talking to a friend or answering questions in an interview. Build vocabulary for everyday things. Start labeling common objects around you in English. Think, I need the spoon, instead of mujhe chamak chahiye. 3. Learn the power of listening. Listening is an underrated skill. It's not just about understanding. It's about noticing how words are used in context. Pay attention to how speakers connect words, e.g., going to becomes gonna. Use intonation to express emotions. Pause for effect or to give emphasis. You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, or even songs. Try to repeat sentences after the speaker to mimic their fluency. Apps like Spotify and Audible have a ton of great resources for English learners. 4. Focus on small, actionable goals. Instead of aiming for fluency right away, break your journey into smaller, manageable milestones. Week 1. Focus on learning 5 to 10 new words daily. Use them in sentences. Week 2. Practice introducing yourself fluently. Include details like your name, where you're from, your hobbies, etc. Week 3. Start forming longer sentences. Practice common phrases like asking for help, ordering food, or talking about the weather. Reward yourself for small wins. This will keep you motivated. 5. Build a supportive network. Learning is more enjoyable and less intimidating when done with others. Here are ways to find support. Join English speaking clubs. Many online platforms host free conversation clubs. Websites like Meetup or Facebook groups can connect you with people who want to practice English. Find a language partner. Partner up with someone who's also learning, or, even better, someone fluent in English. Apps like Tandem and HelloTalk connect you with language learners worldwide. Leverage social media. Follow English-speaking influencers, educators, or motivational speakers. Participate in comment sections or live sessions to practice your writing and conversational skills. 6. Record yourself speaking. Recording. Your voice is one of the best ways to monitor your progress. Here's how to do it. Record a 1 to 2 minute speech on any topic. It could be as simple as describing your favorite movie. Listen to the recording. Identify areas where you're hesitating or mispronouncing words. Re-record the same speech after correcting mistakes. Over time, you'll notice how much your fluency improves. 7. Practice common scenarios. Sometimes, hesitation comes from not knowing what to say in certain situations. Prepare for common scenarios like introducing yourself at work or in a meeting, making small talk about weather, hobbies, or weekend plans, asking for directions or help in a store, ordering food at a restaurant. Practicing these scenarios will help you respond confidently when the moment arises. 8. Embrace mistakes. Understand this. Mistakes are your greatest teachers. Every fluent speaker of English today has made countless mistakes in their journey. The difference is they didn't let fear stop them. Instead of thinking, I don't want to embarrass myself, shift your mindset to, I'm learning something new, and mistakes are part of the process. People appreciate the effort, and most will never judge you. 9. Set a long-term vision. Think about why you're learning English. Is it for better career opportunities, traveling, making new friends? Keep reminding yourself of this goal. Write it down somewhere visible. A strong reason will keep you motivated during tough days. Final thought. Celebrate progress. Every small improvement is a step closer to fluency. Don't just wait for the day you're perfect in English to celebrate. If you manage to speak 2 sentences today that you couldn't yesterday, that's a win. If you understood a new accent or phrase, that's progress. Remember, learning English is not a race, it's a journey. The key is consistency. With daily effort and courage, you'll go from a hesitant beginner to a confident speaker. Stay consistent, stay courageous, and most importantly, stay kind to yourself during this process. I'll see you again with more tips and guidance. Until then, take care and keep practicing. Okay, I'll be back with similar content and some other nice things for you. So meanwhile, stay in touch. Subscribe to this channel. There's a very good link waiting for you in the description of this video. Go and check it out. I'll see you again. Bye.